Hello friend, welcome back to Total Maintenance YouTube channel. I'm not sure if you remember, not such a long time ago I replaced this secondary air injection switchover valve on, what was that, huge, I believe 2007 Tundra, and I said before we will get rid of it, let's have a look inside. So if you are one of those people who can't wait to take things apart and see how it works, or at least what is inside, stay with me in this video. And that shouldn't be very long video, I'm assuming, because these electronic units, they seems to be just glued or installed inside, and the only thing will be the valves, which will be hidden in that split. And all I see is 8 screws. Here are the vacuum lines, but that doesn't make any difference. These are the EGR pipes which were connected to it. So you saw that in different video how I was replacing it. So let's pop these 8 screws off and see what is inside. And it looks that Torx T25 will be the right way to go. So let's do it. You can see it live. Sorry for that garage door banging non-stop, but as those ice cold north winds hitting it, that's why I have all those clothes on me. It's cause it's cold. It's February still, and it doesn't wanna give up. I can't wait for a spring. I'm sure you too. It was enough of these long nights, short days. Will you not say? So hey, are you excited? I am. Let's pop it open. Oh yeah, baby. Right here. Oh, this one fell apart differently. So look, this one still has that reed valve attached to it. That's right there, a reed valve. And this one fell apart differently. Therefore, you can see the other part of that reed valve right here. So of course, it's full of carbon, and one of them was supposedly stuck. The coat was one of these valves on one of the banks was stuck. Let's see what will be underneath of this one. I have changed the angle of that camera for you. Here we go. Oh yeah. And now we will get idea what's happening with it. So here is that one part, if I could say the bottom part. These are the reed valves and they open towards to the center. Look at it if I push on it. So this is the reed valve. But that's probably not what is stuck open. Both of them are closed. Actually, this one, which is way more dirty, you can see the difference. One bank, it's nicely clean. If I look here on the gap on this reed valve, it's bigger. But let's look on the other part. This is that electronic valve, and look how this one is clean. And look at the condition of this rubber seal. Now I will show you the other one. That dirt Who knows what it was? Oil, gas, unburned gas, maybe oil. Look what it did with that seal. It's completely destroyed. It shrank in some kind of weird form. And I will say this is our problem right here. Here you can see hopefully see that dirty reed valve. You can see how much is opening there. Let's pop out the good one. Or at least I'm calling it good one. So this one, it's way more flat sitting, and it might be actually this red flap, that the reed valve, which is right there. Can you see how flat it is in comparison with the other one? Yep, this one got in the shape of being slightly open all the time. That's it. I will go ahead and grab the clean one and force it open by this tool. I just need to watch the focus. So here you can see it. This reed valve has no problem, perfectly sealed to the flat. This one, the dirty one, the bad one, just keeps staying open and it will not really close. Who own vehicle like this? What's about taking off these two small screws, it's a Phillips, and see if there's really accumulated crud underneath that red reed valve. See if we can clean it with a brake cleaner or a degreaser, and we can fix this problem. Oh. While trying to clean it, I discovered this is a rubber part, different. It looks like a rubber insert, so I don't want to spray brake clean on it because that can damage it right away. I'm not trying to rebuild this unit or anything like that, so for our purpose, that should be enough. The reed valve, here is the print of those rubber parts. If I put it on, I immediately see that it's sitting perfectly flat. But let's wait. Let's put also this missing part and screw it down with those little screws. And I already put it together. This is the bad one. I had the red on top of here, and the moment I screw it down, apply the pressure, the red was not sticking to the surface, and I think I know why. It seems to be that this rubber insert, it's swollen, it's larger in its size, and basically when the valve gets on top of it and is being screwed, forced down, it's being pushed, the valve, it's being pushed away from that rubber. So I think that's the reason why this valve is not closing. So it didn't matter how good I clean those surfaces, this reed valve keeps staying slightly open. It will not shut completely. And I hope you enjoyed this little investigation. We became detectives for a while. And sure enough, we found the problem. We found where the crime was committed. One of the reed valves is not closing enough. And if you enjoyed this video, found it interesting, please make sure you are subscribed, because I will have way more to Toyota Tech coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend, my friend.